Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Steven. We're back in the Airstream today and we're going to be installing the upgraded 2026 HVAC vents. And of course, I'm going to do it a little bit different, kind of do my own take on it, so all that coming up right now. Okay, so here we have the vent. You will need, in my case I have a 27 foot, you will need 9 of those vents because there are 2, 4, 6 up front. There are, go slow here so don't make anybody sick, 2 back here, so that's 8. And then the sneaky one is the one that I almost forgot. It's the one up there. Sorry, it's dark. It's in the bathroom. So you will need 9. I don't know on the 25 as many, or obviously just count them if this is something you're looking at. I think they're a little bit too expensive, honestly. They're 28 bucks a pop. I think 20 would be more appropriate. The real gotcha is when you order these Airstream, on the Airstream supply site, it says, hey, don't forget the screws, and they want to sell you self-tapping stainless screws, a 3-pack for like $3.30 or something. So times 9, that runs out to, let's say 10, it's like $30 in screws. Well, this is going to look tiny, but what I did is I said, hey, I'm going to riv nut these in with M3 riv nuts. I don't know if that's going to focus. We'll come way in there. And if you watch my one video about where I did the license plate on the back, I'm just not a huge fan of the self-tapping screws in pretty much any use. I just don't like them. So I'm going to use riv nuts. And then I was able to get these stainless button head M3 screws on the Jungle website for like $6 for 50. So your choice. You can buy self-tappers from Airstream for another $30, or you can buy those for, well, $6. And then I just had those from a prior kit that I bought quite a while back, a couple years ago, and I just bought a whole metric set and I had those. This is aluminum, I should mention, and this is stainless. Now, Airstream says, hey, put these in with stainless steel screws, but if you look in a 2026 model, they rivet them in. They'll use 3 pop rivets, so these use 3. So that's how they do it at the factory. The old ones, it's just going to be hard to focus in up here. You turn this and you can find the rivet, so you can see that rivet, and you just gotta turn this around until you find it. Now, these have 4 spots to where in the factory they would have riveted in. From what I've checked, and I wasn't super thorough, but I spot checked a few, there's 2. So although these are designed for 4, in the factory they only use 2. So what you have to do is come in here, you drill that guy out, you spin it around, you look for the others. In my case there's only 2. And you drill those out and then you pop that down. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to obviously be putting riv nuts in. These are super shallow so the vent won't stick out. I'm going to be using the stainless steel button head Allen screws and the M3s. I think these are M312. So hopefully that's long enough. I did grab some like HVAC foil tape because in here there are ducts that run, and then there's, so it's like metal on 2 layers of metal. You have this skin, and then you have the duct that's inside, if I understand correctly. And these just kind of stick up in there. So I'm probably going to see if I can use some of this tape. I'm going to cut little strips, and the plan is to go around each one of these with like a little strip of tape to try to seal it off. Just make it that much more efficient. Otherwise, there's some loss of air that you could get between those 2 layers, I think. So we'll find out more as they get in there, but that's sort of the plan, is to just try to seal it off a little bit with some of that tape. There's a lip here on these. I just don't want the tape sticking out past that. Obviously, that wouldn't look very good. So I'll be cutting thin strips around there. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know, but that's what we're doing. Installing 9 of those. So the first one will be a bit of a proof of concept experiment on using the riv nuts and things. Maybe I'll do the bathroom one, so it's not the first thing you walk in and see in case I mess it up. So coming up right now. One thing I should mention first is I'm going to be removing the cushions and also putting some cardboard down and vacuuming as I go, especially if you have like the Globetrotter, and maybe there's some others that have the vinyl weave floor. Like you can get some of those shavings in there, and once they get kind of wedged in there, it doesn't take much, and they don't want to vacuum out of there. And so this is also probably wouldn't wedge into here, but it's easy to remove those just to be safe. You know, get all this stuff out of here so it make it easier on yourself to clean up afterwards. You don't want that aluminum shavings wedging into your feet. So that's the plan. Okay, got the first one out. This was in the bathroom. You can really see the potential these have to flow a lot more air. I'm not going to buy a meter or do any testing or anything, but substantially, like even when this is fully open, it seems pretty restricted. Just 2 rivets again in mine. You can see there are these little locating tabs that might hold it up a bit, but it seemed like it was just the rivets holding mine up. I drill these out with a 1/8 drill bit. The rivets, it seems to work. It just pops the little top of the rivet off and you can pull it down. Again, these tabs might hold it up a little bit. This, for the riv nuts, this is 13/64, or closest you can get to 5mm, or at least closest that I have. You can see the shavings. So yeah, put something down on the floor. Wear eye protection. There's some of the carnage. Up here, there is some insulation type. Like this looks like sharp metal. It's not. It's insulation. But here's the duct, and then here's the skin. So there is, like this is pretty well tucked in here, but you know, it wouldn't hurt. I think I might throw some of that tape up there. You know, it's not going to hurt, right? Tape this up around here a little bit. This is one of the existing holes, and obviously here's the other one. I didn't get that all the way out, but I'll get it out. This looks like it aligns right up with the new vent. So the vents use 3. So basically you can use, I think, I'll confirm, is you can use one of the existing holes as alignment, pop it up there, maybe put something in there temporarily, or if you're, you know, if you're just going to use the self-tappers or whatever, you could just throw a screw in there, and that'll align the other 2, or it should. So you're really only drilling 2 holes in either scenario. And honestly, if it was me and you didn't want to do the riv nuts, I would just use rivets. I mean, if you own an Airstream, you probably have a kit with a bunch of these interior rivets because it's something you replace. I would just throw those in with interior rivets. That's how they do it at the factory. I wouldn't use the self tappers, but that's just me. So anyway, first one's out. That wasn't difficult. The only knock on this is I wish this was metal on the outside. It's plastic. These ones are metal. They do weigh a little bit more, so I guess lighter's better, right? Increase your payload of 1/4 pound times 9. So anyway, that's one out. I'll work on getting this one in, and we'll go from there. Okay, the aluminum tape actually works pretty well. Be careful, don't cut yourself here. But I just put like a thin, basically lined around the hole with the tape, and it just pulls that duct right into the skin here, which is nice, right? So you don't have all those ragged cuts sticking up there. Pulls the duct in. That's got to be more efficient, and so every little bit helps. And what I ended up doing is taking that tape and cutting it into thirds, little strips. So you take this, peel the backer off, and you just kind of press it around. I was pressing it around like this. See, that'll zoom in. Just like that around the edge, and you just kind of press it like tin foil, right? Like it's just like sticky tin foil, and it works good. So I'm liking how that's working out. So I'll do that around the edge. The only thing you want to do is make sure you don't have it stick out too far, right? Because you don't want that showing under the lip of the vent. So I did test fit the vent. It's a tiny bit more snug, but it still fits in there no problem. The hole still lines up, so we're good. So that seems to work well. Again, this is just aluminum HVAC foil tape. It's not like the thick, like some of this stuff that you see for like vent ducts. It has like a thick foam on it. This is just Nashua off Amazon. I'll put a link to what this exactly is. I got the bigger roll. You can probably get away with the smaller one, but I'll put a link to that. I'll put a link to these screws. Hopefully those work out. And then this is a riv nut kit I had. I bought it quite a while ago, so maybe I can find a link to that. But so far so good. Next step is using this drill bit to drill for the riv nut. Get those in place. Alright, first one's in. I use that same hole, and I put the riv nut in and I used that button head M3. You know, it's funny, it looks quite a bit like a rivet, so it's hard to tell the difference. Like, there's a rivet, there's the button head M3. So I installed that riv nut, installed the M3. By the way, the M312 was plenty long enough. I'm going to use that now that I've got that one in to drill that hole. I'll pilot those with like 1/8 drill bit right through there, and we'll be good to go. I was going to put this vent backwards because it's a little easier to just set up there, but I want to make sure, since this does fit up in the hole, that like I'm basically fully seating it before I drill these 2 holes and using this as a guide. So yeah, I think we're pretty well set here. I'll get those other 2, I'll pull this out, put the riv nuts in, and show you what it looks like. All right, got all 3 in. There's one, the first one, second one, there's our second hole, the original one, and third one. So these are great. They went right in. They hold solid. I love the fact that I can remove this vent for whatever, you know, I might need to down the road without drilling out a rivet or using self-tapping screws that tend to self-tap and then strip themselves out. One thing I would recommend, these are aluminum riv nuts, first of all, and run your M3 screw or whatever it happens to be through the riv nut before you put it in there. Just make sure the threads are good, make sure it's not all funky, because you never know, you could get one that was machined a bit weird and you put it up in here and it's in here. So run your screw through it first, make sure it's nice and smooth before you commit to putting it up in there, and you should be all set. You don't want to have to drill those out once they're in. So that's how we're going to do this. We're going to do 3 riv nuts. We're going to put some foil tape just to, that really helps. Like, if anything, that's probably something I would totally recommend you do. Gets rid of that jagged edge, and this just, it's hard to describe how much smoother and better that feels. Much more efficient. So that's how we're going to do it. We're just going to thread those in and use those button head M3s. I'll get that in there. And it takes a little longer, but it's worth it, I think. All right, we're all in. First one's completely done. I really like how those button head screws look. It'll zoom in there. Probably not. But looks good. Kind of zoom back and you can kind of see how that worked out. Stoked to get these in here. Those holes aligned perfect. So using that one as the pilot, sticking up in there and then drilling. I'm using that same 1/8 drill bit that I used to drill out the rivets to drill the pilot hole. It goes right through the holes in here. Drilling those first, pulling the vent out using the, I think it's 13/64 drill bit, expanding those out, riv nuts, put them in there, put it back, all set. So it's going to take me a little bit, but that I'm loving that result. So here we go, on to the next. Oh, and do wear eyeglasses or safety glasses. You don't want these hot aluminum bits coming down. And again, I've got cardboard here. I could probably do more. I'm going to vacuum this up. I'm going to vacuum between each one because this is a lot of just, you can see all these little shavings that would get down in your floor. So put down plastic or something, because you don't want all that. It'll never come out. Okay, I've got doing the other side, and I just wanted to give you kind of a quick look. Hopefully you can see the gap here between this duct and the skin, and just it's not cut the best. You know, here's a kind of a zoomed out look, but this is easily a 1/4 inch gap. So as your air is blowing and it's trying to come in, it's going into the skin here, and you're losing all that pressure. You know, this is just like foam with foil on both sides. So by taping that up, we're sealing that gap, you know, all the way along there, and that's just adding to the efficiency. But this is probably the worst cut vent I've come across so far. Like they just kind of shoved, I think they just shoved the vent in and it pushed this up because it's not cut. So I'll probably cut this out a little bit to match the skin on the inside. And then we'll use that tape, we'll get it all cleaned up. And that's going to help quite a bit. So glad we're using the tape. Quick look at this one after I got all the tape up there. It's all tucked away nicely. These are like locator cutouts. They just bend a little tab when they knock. I think they're pre-cut by the machine at the factory, and so you get those parts. There's another one. They're a little rough. That foil makes a big difference. So, yep, got all 3 riv nuts in there, ready to put the vent on. All right, so first look at all the new vents installed. I have the main lights out because of the reflection, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That light's probably going to make those look dark. 5, 6. So 6 main ones. The ones in the bathroom, or the one in the bathroom, and then the 2 over here. And I did run the fan, and nothing scientific, but I opened each one of these 50%. And if you have them aiming towards the aisle with the vent, it feels like a wind tunnel just running one of the ACs. And this has the front and rear AC. I only tested on the one. But these definitely flow more air. They're quite nice, easy to aim. Like I said, I had them aim like this. The one thing I'll say is I oriented these to where the 2 fixed triangles are front to back. And of the 3 screws, there's 1, 2, 3. 2 of them are where there's nothing, and then this one is like sort of aligned with the 2 fixed triangles. So I always put this one to the back, so you can see that. You can see it here, same. See it here, and I used, mine were in with 1 screw here, 1 screw here, so I reused this one on every single one of them for alignment. And that puts your 3 screws in the exact same spots, or rivets, or whatever you intend to use. So if you look, it's got like, that always has that screw on the left, and then 1 in the upper right and 1 in the lower right. So, yeah, they went in really well. Didn't have any problems. It was time consuming. It was time consuming doing the foil tape, but that was, I think, like I said, I think it was totally worth it. It was time consuming putting each riv nuts in, because you have to align it, put 1 riv nut in, and what I did is I did 1 fully so I could put the screw in, use that to fully align the other 2. So I'd screw that one in, hold this one up, drill a hole, put 1 of the screws in, just hold it in there while, and then I'd drill the other one. So it was like for sure that they were going to line up, because tolerances are, you know, somewhat tight on that. And that worked, every single one of them. It took longer to do it that way, but every single one of them went in without any issue. So if you're looking to do this, I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. I actually think they look cooler. I think they look better than the originals. And they definitely flow more air, so win-win. Yeah, and it's not terribly difficult mod, and you can do it a variety of different ways. So hope everyone enjoyed it. I will post links to those screws. Like I said, don't pay Airstream $30 for their screws. Just buy like $6 on Amazon. And yeah, definitely a worthwhile upgrade. Recommend it. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.